You're listening to the Go Lightly Martial Hour on freedomtalkradio.net. freedomtalkradio.net.
Hi guys, alright, we're on. Really?
My brother's name was Ron.
Ron? I thought that was all about later.
When I first went to Canada, because of my accent, people say, "What's your name?" I say, "Ron." So how you going, Ron? They used to give me the horrors, right? Back in Australia,
Yes.
everyone called me Ron because my elder brother was so common in the family. Everyone knew Ron, the beloved Ron. And because when I come along, they used to say, "Hello, Ron." Always got the Ron in front of the Brian bit. Like, I would have at that point in time, if I had the power, turned him into a newt.
Well, the same was in my family. My youngest sister. No, youngest sister. No, in my family. My youngest sister, Dane, she'd walk into the room and she'd be immediately called Janelle, especially by my father. It always Janelle. And of course I was overseas, I'd been away for years and it used to really irritate Dane. And I noticed Mum did it the last time I was, just a couple of weeks ago. Alright, what have we got today? Well, nothing planned as usual. Well,
I do have one little thing.
Just a bit of a walk down memory lane again
I've just been writing something here. It might be interesting to some people.
Yes, well, just a minute. Hirad, hi Hirad.
Couple of 100 million people.
Yeah, because yesterday we said Hirad could tell some jokes, but we'll hold the jokes for now because we've got some.
Well,
we've got some seriously unserious, but
I
serious.
told you about when I was in Canada. I'll tell it again because it's a true story. Eileen was overweight, and this will lead into what I'm going to talk about. And it's my first wife, and because it was up in a very cold area of Canada, Cornell, and it was Thanksgiving. So she walked into the supermarket, absolutely dead set, true story. And she bought this turkey, and they're big.
Oh, right, yes.
And she's walking out, and I'm waiting for her in the car. So, I was just close, parked right, and I sort of went round the window down to listen what was, because she spoke to this guy. And she walked out, and then this guy started drunk, right? Standing against leaning against. And it's cold as hell out there.
Yeah.
And he said, what are you doing with the pig, lady? No, what are you doing with the pig? That's what he said. And she said, that is a turkey. I was talking to the pig.
No, you mean you were talking to the turkey? Oh, all right. Okay, so that's one of your Jesus jokes and you botched the punchline, but never mind.
Well, yeah, I'll sort that out.
Yeah, sort it out.
That did happen.
All right, so hi Rodney, a 310, hello. And hello, Andrew, hello, all, says Andrew. Nice to have you with us, Andrew. Hey, listen.
Andrew sent us something. It's Obama Island, I think. There's all the heads sticking out of the island, and it's got Obama with his ear stuck out.
Right. Okay. I've been going through the boxes upstairs looking for things related to Papua New Guinea, and we did find the document, Re the Go Lightly Gold, the registration of it, which was granted on the 10th of the 10 in the year 2008, so it was a 10-10-10, and so that's good. We've got the document number. But we entered the country
on the 8th.
We entered the country on the 8th.
So that's the same number we've been yapping on about,
the 8th
with the Sturt team that went to study the Shroud of Turin. They finished work on the 8th of October. We have, I arrived back in Australia on the 8th of October.
That's right.
We have Cook, who shot a man
Yes.
when he arrived on the island of New Zealand, South Island.
Yeah.
And it was the 8th of October.
Right. Okay. All the synchronicity. Now, I have found other things upstairs while I was looking, just cards from my children wishing me happy birthday, etc. But this one, I wanted. This is from Abby, my youngest daughter. Second, Adam is the youngest child, but Abby is the youngest daughter. She has this quirky sense of humour, and I told her years ago that she should start making up cards, to sell in the post office things, because she's just got this endless stream. Anyway, she this year it was, I don't know what it was, must have been 2008 perhaps, or 2009. She's called it on the back, just random and pointless. So that could be her card name, random and pointless.
Well, that's right, but that's how she is.
Well, she says, happy birthday, Mommy, like this. And then on the inside, she's got this dude that she's drawn. And she says, the writing, she says, the wizard came to me last night dressed in pink foo-foo and frilly stuff. I asked him what happened to his awesome wizard gown that had shiny silver moons and stars on it. He said he had lost it in an unfortunate but intense game of Go Fish. Random and pointless. I love that. She's full of those kinds of things, just random and pointless, dry sense of humour. She's got thousands of friends. They all love her. She's a happy, happy child. And, this was something else that she did. Happy birthday, Mom, again. Just this design over and over. It must have taken forever. Anyway, so, and then there's other ones there from Aaron and, this was talking about Dave the other day. Dear Mom, Merry Christmas. I hope you're happy and have found what you've been looking for. Hello. Looking for the Christ, I found him. I wish you all the best in the new year. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Love always. Aronsky, Davitsa, because I would call David Davitsa, and Snoopy, the dog, who has since died. So there's cards there from Ali and all kinds of things. Trip down memory lane. Oh, and speaking about memory lane, hello. Hello, Mark Saxon and Ross. Hello, y'all. She's, Hero, you're talking about Abby, are you? He said, I saw her astrology, laugh out loud. She's mercurial and trivial. Yes, that would about sum it up. She is mercurial and trivial. Now, walk down memory lane. Look at this.
Okay, this is Harcourt, Victoria. At the end of the street the avenue I was born on, is 105 Rothschild Avenue in Rosebery. Now, Rosebery is the name that was used by a gentleman who's not his real name, had become Prime Minister by marrying the richest woman, which was Hannah, I think, of the offspring of the Rothschilds. So he became Prime Minister of England because of that. So they, of course, named the street in Avenue in Australia, Rothschild Avenue, which leads up to the place where you put all your money into the registrar of vehicles and licences and all that kind of stuff at the end of the street. Just prior to that is Coffer. I think it's Coffer. Chest. No, it's Chest.
Chester. It's Chest. Chester.
And the chest is what they used in the synagogues and the temples in Jerusalem. When you walk in, you put your money into the chest. Right. So you go down the street. The next one is Queen, right? And this is all along Rothschild Avenue. However, 105 Rothschild Avenue is where I lived for 942 days. That's sometimes where Jesus found the New Testament, the first time. And at the end of it is Harcourt Parade. Now, Harcourt Parade, on the corner of Harcourt Parade is the park where we used to do a lot of athletics. And then across the road was Ever Ready Batteries, right? That's the one that keeps on going forever.
Yes.
Little bunny.
Yeah, with the bunny.
On the other corner, down this road, is Gardeners Road School, where I first went to school. And where I last went to school, the technical college. All right. So we have 105. What's 105? Well, that word is eagle or angel. Angel, eagles are interposed, if you like, interrelationship in the Bible, New Testament.
Right.
Where the eagles gather, 105. So when we went down to Harcourt, it measures from a little road down there, Eagle Road, about 2.7 kilometres long, and it's Eagle Road North, Eagle Road South, which I put on my GPS and then measured it, because I always do, I measure everything. I haven't measured you yet, have I? Oh, it has. From North Eagle Road in Harcourt to the 105 Eagle of where I was raised until I was 942 days old. Then back down to South Eagle Road is a distance of 888 miles.
Hello. Listen, I want to go over and...
It has an area of 88800 nautical miles.
Well, even when we make mistakes, as in PowerPoint...
Did you say
it's not you, it's me. Even when something has slipped by...
Just so slowly I can word it out.
Even when I've made the mistake by letting an edit slip in Yar's PowerPoints, because,
You type with bloody medocs like that and see if you make a mistake.
Listen, this is awesome. In show 299, I went over and saw some comments left at the YouTube, and on show 299, Marley left a comment. It was about the one adding up the blood, the A and B, plus the 3, 4, 13 of Michael.
Yeah, I did it.
I
I must have made a
we had
mouth it for me.
a mistake. All right, so we had on the PowerPoint that when you add them all up, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 13, we had equals 22. Well, of course it doesn't. It equals 23. But there it is, equals 22 in the slide, and then we multiplied it, which turned out to be 3, 1, 12. So in the slide it says 22. Well, Marley leaves this comment and she says, "Hello, have you missed this?" "Yeah, Ash, you've missed it. 1 plus 3. So it equals 23. And 23, guess what? Because we said that 22 was your birth weight, but this is what 23 is. In Greek, it is to be greatly afflicted, indignant, be much sore displeased, and have indignation, which is, what you feel about this life. And then in Hebrew, it is father of gathering. So here it is, the 23, the great big glaring mistake. I said to her, "Good catch, Marley." It shows you were awake. And then I put in there what the...
Now you told everybody, so I'm not happy.
And then I put in there what it means. So father of gathering in Hebrew, and then to be indignant, sorely displeased, and to suffer much grief which is what your life has been all about. So anyway, even in our oversights, editing oversights, I'm thinking back to that was me. It really was. You probably had 23 there in the first place, and I went along and said, it's not, it's this. I'm sure. I think I've got this dim memory.
You mean I didn't make a...
No, I don't think you did. It was me. It was me. Because, it was. It was. No, actually, you didn't have the addition of it in there at all. I put it in. You had the multiplication. So, Marley, it was me. It was all me.
Thank goodness for that. By the way, if you take the 312 divided by 23, it gives you fallen down from Jupiter into a big ditch.
Oh, really?
A system where you put shit in, right, in the old days.
Oh dear. Anyway, so good one, Marley. Correction, you can be editor, sub-editor or whatever, because there are times,
And then it goes on, it's 13.565217, and the 5217 is to sink out of sight. Oh, dear me. Right. Let's see what it says in Hebrew, hold on. 5217.
Oh, Ross says, The reaping is well. Plenty of
Vile,
feedback.
to smite indeed, driven away by the smell.
Oh. All right, the boys are commenting. They were commenting about the wizard and Cyclops, but Ross says plenty of feedback. Reaping is well on the way here in New Jerusalem, Sydney. Angels all over the shop.
Really?
The reaping, that is. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, listen. I have to say that we're here in Tugam, and it really is paradise. It's a bubble. It's a bubble.
It is. Hurricanes come in, which are cyclones.
Yes.
Come in. Hurricanes in America, cyclones in Australia, same thing. And because of the Coriolis effect of the Milky Way galaxy, it's not caused by the rotation of the Earth, as scientists will tell you. It's caused by the rotation of the universe, or rather the galaxy in the universe. All has effect. So what happened is our solar system has gone across into the northern hemisphere of the Milky Way galaxy, and everything starts to go backwards. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, because the Gregorian calendar is out by 375 days, when you work out the date of the crossing by the Mayan calendar, which is correct, but the idiots didn't take into consideration that there's 375 days.
Did you? Sorry, go on.
375 days, you've got to roll the calendar back because they added that in because they made a mistake.
Right.
Okay, so that brings us back to 11:11 a.m. That's why everyone saw 11:11 all over the universe. When I say universe, I mean me. And you. When I say me, I mean you as well. You know.
I know.
Sometimes slip.
But I'm
and
quick
I
to
get that
remind
silly
you.
blue eyes looking at me. I go, oh shit, what have I done? So whenever I say that, you don't have to look at me like you're going to give me bore holes in me. Very scary.
Did you hear that
Remember when you
noise?
first done that?
There was a noise in the house.
Oh dear.
Just,
Probably
I'll
an
investigate. You
bloody
keep.
agent.
I'll
I
keep
can't
talking.
throw the bastard
You keep talking.
I've forgotten now. You put me off.
Oh, that was the pool cue. Oh, it's all right. The door's open. And,
Bloody marvellous, isn't it? I've forgotten entirely what I was talking about. You back yet?
I'm back. Door's wide open. The wind is blowing. Things are happening. The tank is filling up, and the car is not in the garage, but it is outside on the lawn. All right.
What was I talking about?
Look, actually, Mark's got a question. Where are we going after that? To the centre of the Milky Way? No, we're heading northwards still.
Everything is based on motion. Okay? So, motion means that the electrons can spin around an atom.
Yeah.
Now, what is an atom? Nucleus of the atom, the thing in the middle. What is that? Well, it's an electrical charge. It's a magnetic field. So, if suddenly motion was to cease, the electron, which is a negative, would go into the proton, which is a negative positive, and that's it.
Yeah.
Game over, right? You'd have no atoms. All atoms stop. So you've got to keep moving. So everything is movement. And movement is magnetic. Magnetic comes from gravity. Gravity, magnetic movement. It's all interrelated.
So our galaxy is moving northwards still. We're still travelling.
No, we're not talking about the galaxy moving northward.
Not galaxy,
we're talking
the
about
solar
the
system.
moving across, which we crossed over at the 11:11. And that is why when you look at the moon these days, no one's talking about this, I can't believe it. The moon goes upside down regularly.
Yeah, well, actually,
Photographs of it.
the dude that has been talking about it is no longer on the Facebook, and that was that naval officer who was explaining everything going on and waking
Be very careful. You see, people have been lulled into thinking that Jesus is coming on a horsey, and that if you don't go along with that, you're going to ascend up into the and meet the horsey, and you're going to leave all the people behind because you're nice, and everyone else is just poor, simple little folk that are getting blown up by Israeli bombs and things like that. That's all lovely outfit together. Hello. You think that's really how God operates?
No, of course not.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I'm the tip of the sword.
Yes.
Right? I talk about Jesus, I talk about myself, I talk about the future, I talk about... It's a comforter that teaches you all these things.
Yeah.
So, as we are now getting reports from Sydney that the angels are starting to reap.
Yes, thank you, Ross. Because I was explaining that here in our Tugam bubble...
Ask Ross how.
Ross, Yaz asking, what is it that you know has been happening? We do not watch TV, we do not watch the news, we have nothing, so...
we did say we're in a bubble, and we said the hurricanes, that's how it all started.
Yes.
A hurricane in America is a cyclone in Australia.
And it misses
So everything's
too.
going reverse. All the weather is turned around. The Coriolis go out. And the funny thing was, what this homosexual was always having to go at me for year after year after year. We actually met him, right? And he hit me on the head, remember?
Yes.
He nearly got fucking laid out
Yeah.
just for touching me,
Yeah.
right? But he pushed my hair back to see if I had a hair transplant, right?
Yeah.
So I fucking drove him right then and there. Anyway, being a nice guy, easy-going fella, I didn't. So we threw the bastard out anyhow. So as it turns out, he was always on me about the Coriolis flicks. Ha 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 ha! Bullshit, doesn't happen. Blah blah blah. And he's got a photograph of me in the shitter, and he flashes it.
Yeah.
There's my face turning clockwise in Australia.
The reverse of what it used to be.
Which is the reverse. As this moron uses my face to demonstrate to the world that what he's saying is absolutely the back of the front.
Now, getting back to Mark's question, where are we headed? The solar system is
We're
continuing.
going back to a position in space which is 1,000 years from now where creation occurred.
Yeah. And that's heading toward the Pleiades constellation, isn't it?
Yes and no, yes.
Yes and no, yeah. In that
Pleiades
general
is the centre
direction.
of the Milky Way galaxy in that sense, I think. And we are going actually towards Vega.
That's right. Vega, yes.
That's right,
yes.
I just said so, didn't I? And we're coming from
No, you told me
Fornax.
before.
Well, 153 light years based on the Einstein bullshit theory, how far away Fornax is. Now, Fornax means furnace. So we're coming out of the furnace. We've been coming out of the furnace. We've now crossed over. Christ is back on the earth. So therefore, it's just a matter of a very short period of time. It doesn't matter. Take it 100 years. It doesn't matter. I just wait for everybody to die off. Because you're not going to be able to survive in the earth where it's permanent.
Yes.
Let's say the Lord's Prayer very slowly. Our Father, which was in heaven,
Yes.
holy be thy name.
Blugum.
Brian Leonard Galati Marshall. Your kingdom's come to the earth. And we're going to throw all these bastards out.
Yes.
Oh, I think that's a nice twist. It should be in all Bibles. Nice twist of the Lord's Prayer. But that's what it is.
Because the Lord's Prayer...
It's permanent.
this
Heaven's
is-
temporary, hell is permanent, and the earth is permanent. So when you get tossed into hell, guess where that is? Towards Fornax.
Yeah.
You cast off the
Off
earth, you
the
will go
earth.
back to where these demons come from. Right? Finished.
Yeah.
So, the Lord talked about the 28th of September coming up. Well, of course it did.
The 23rd in particular.
23rd in particular.
They are talking about the 23rd.
Now, the Pope Francis, I shouldn't call him Pope, arsehole Francis, Antichrist Francis. Antichrist arsehole Francis. Well, it's had a ring to it, isn't it? Well, an arsehole has got a ring, hasn't it? So, get your finger out and listen, will you?
Are we
Just get your
offending?
finger out and
Are
listen.
we offending you, Christian World?
I hope so. You're going with them. There's very few Christians who are going to make it, and I know one. Nice fellow I met in Canada. He was a Mennonite
Right.
out of
The fellow you worked with.
He was a lovely man.
And that leads to another Jesus joke.
It does, doesn't
It
I
does.
won't go on.
No, you won't go into it now. Oh, Ross's keypad is locked again.
He should get one of those online keypads which you can do with a mouse.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Tell him.
Ross, you can get online keypads, can't you?
You can.
Yes.
It's,
Online keyboard. Online keyboard.
there's a special name for it. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on.
Digital
you go on
keyboard or
talking. You say
something
what I
like
was going to say.
Hi, Adam. But what he's trying to say is my keypad is locked again. I know many
Just a minute.
people are dying suddenly. My friends are feeling this, giving me feedback. I have gifts, insights. I see many that are dead. Yes. Yes, Ross. Like Yar is able to look at a person and he knows whether they are the quick or the dead, and most are dead. It's the insight.
On-screen keyboard, virtual keyboard.
Virtual keyboard, Ross.
Virtual keyboard. So I guess that's what it is, virtual keyboard.
Right.
They do this a lot of times when you want top security. And you don't want to hit the because the keypads...
Ooh! Oh, Ross says, a Kiwi friend blew his head off just days ago. He says, very significant. Ugh.
Right.
Wow. That's not a happy for his friends
No,
and family.
no, that's very sad when people do that.
Mm.
They're so close. Just
Yes.
hang in there. Don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, now I will say, okay, let's get back to it. We've got 1,000 years of Christ, right? Which is the Father, right? And what we're going to do in that period of time is get rid of all the viruses, get rid of all the bullshit. It doesn't have to happen immediately. You get ease into it. You don't destroy a nation's economy by taking over. What I've always said, and I told the Pope, I said, we're just going to use our own currency and we'll have dual currency. We'll have if it's in America, American dollars, and we'll also have the Vatican currency.
Yes.
So no matter where the Vatican currency will be universal, you'll be able to change it without no forex, none of that bullshit they go on with. The other stuff you can still play with, right? You'll have gold, not going to devalue gold, the gold will keep going up, good, no worries. Huh? And it's a very valuable material, gold, because you can use it, for example, you can use, if you've got gold and you do a colloidal mix out of it by putting a battery leads on it, and rip gold into a drink and drink it, and increase your IQ by about 20 points.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So a person, say, who is a child, for example, is a little bit slow because of a virus.
Yes. Which we're going
the
to
gold
talk
will
about.
kill the virus and it'll increase the child's IQ probably by 50 points or more.
Yeah.
Because you get the child back to normal, plus increases. And you'll have a little Einstein on your hand. Well, it's not a good word. You'll have a little Mozart on your hand, something like that.
Yeah.
Einstein, not a good word. Man was an idiot. Now, so we've got this period of time where people will wake up, mainly because they'll see around them people will be dying, like this fellow, right? And it's all to do with the demon within or the demons without causing these people that we're getting out of here.
Despair.
Right? We're leaving while we can.
Right. So that's the demonic world, leaving while you can.
That's right. So I'm going to get hold of them. So they're starting to pack the shits, right? Because they know.
Yeah.
You take this guy, this New Zealand guy, he might have read something about me. Aussie, black, bullshit artist. However, the demon inside says, oh no,
Yes.
he's back. Biggest is back and the marshal's back in town.
Right.
Right? Better go lightly. Oh no! It's a sacred name, I hate it. No, Jesus. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't do away with Jesus because Jesus is the greatest man that ever lived, because that was me. So we've got Jesus in your prayer, Lord Jesus Christ, Lord God Almighty, Brian Leonard, like the Marshall, put it all in there. I bet you your mother doesn't make a comment on that, or maybe she has, that we did cure her knee, right?
Oh yes. I was.
She was in
with
absolute
my mum.
agony. She wanted to do herself in.
Agony. She was getting so depressed with this agony over the knee.
Couldn't move around.
And I told her, I said, Mum, look, and she says, I've been doing a lot of praying. And I said, well, Mum, I told her twice, you have to add the name, Brian Leonard, Go Lightly Marshall. I said, the angels are waiting to hear the name from everybody's lips. And she said, yes, okay. Desperate as my mother. Well, I spoke with her Saturday night, the day before Mother's Day. She's out of pain. She had a dislocated knee on the leg where she'd had a knee replacement. The knee cap had dislocated. And if you remember, I was telling you of the fellow that sat beside me on my return flight was a physiotherapist, and he said, scans will show nothing. You need to have somebody with hands-on feeling what is going on there. Well, that's what happened. The physiotherapist fiddled around and said, your knee is dislocated, and then manoeuvred it back into position. She's had 2 sessions and she is out of pain. When I spoke to her Saturday night, she was so relieved. So
no, thank you, and a bloody money.
well, next time I speak with
Tell her to
her,
get on PayPal and send her a few bucks, all right?
next time. Oh, that was the accusation by this demon from leaving comments after comments on YouTube.
I said yesterday we have a little fellow that's come into a huge.
Well, no, he
amount of money.
hasn't. No, he was testing the
Whether
waters.
he did or not.
He was testing the waters.
Whether
It
he
was a-
did or not.
Yes.
Don't jump down my throat. Because you've got your boots on. It sort of scratches my throat a bit. Anyone who has got a lot of money, we don't want it. I don't need it.
Totally.
Right? So if people want to help out now and then, great, I love it. However, a huge amount of money will get you killed.
Totally. And we told him, because he was saying it's a possibility and I will know. I'll let you know. And if this is the case, he was testing waters about what should be done. And we said, don't send us money. Don't try to. This is what happened to Kelly, which is the story. That was a lesson of Kelly, my God. Oh, Kelly, who, you know. And I just said, bless your heart for wanting to help. So, I mean...
help is one thing. Being stupid about it is another.
Yes,
so I said, don't do it. I don't need the money.
Don't.
Right, we're going to take over the planet soon. There'll be lots of money.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of which, I'm walking down memory lane and going through all the boxes upstairs. This are the handwritten notes of Mary, Nix and Mary, that we left equipment with after our first trip. These are just people that... Not all, but that she recorded of people when we got back there. And then my red book, of course, I stopped at 23. It was getting too much to write the diary, or we were treating. This was our first trip. But after the 12 minutes on Late Line in March of 2009, this is an email from myself, and I'm sending it to Brian. But and I called it For the Skeptics in response to the one called Skeptical on YouTube, who is saying our cure is quackery. So this was this is a comment. I think I left it. I must have left it on the YouTube site. Perhaps it was at Gabacca Road, which was my site. Yeah, it's still up there. I can't get into it, but it's still up there. Gabacca Road. And I get really irritated, and then I launch for the jugular. So this was in response, and so I forwarded this to his email. And I said, today I spoke with Lucy. Her words, quote, I'm very proud of myself. So this is after the 12 minutes where it's featuring Lucy. She says, I'm very proud of myself and you and Brian. We did it, end quote. Yes, we did. 4 times our story was pulled. Stephen Marshall was contacted by the reporter who twice had her front page story about the cure for AIDS pulled. She herself is one of the hundreds now free from the system of death that the nation lives under. Then Mary called. Mary lives on Gabacca Road, where we established the first clinic in October last year. Mary and her husband Nix, like Lucy and her husband Jimmy, have been treating the people who come to them because they know of someone that has been restored to life by our procedure, which includes the drinking of colloidal silver water. Mary told me of the woman who 3 weeks ago was told by the doctor she would be dead on the Tuesday. Her husband came and Mary gave them some water. The both of them came again today. The man's wife, who was stage 4 cancer, told Mary she has been hungry and eating well since she began the water and she was feeling good. Lucy told me that she has had more people ask her for the silver water since the program aired. Mary is ready to speak with Stephen Marshall so that she can tell him of all the people they have treated and seen restored to life. The lame walking, the blind seeing. Yes, that was Charlie, Margaret's husband. Lived in total darkness for years until the day he had our treatment. That same afternoon he saw light enough to go for a walk in his village without anyone going with him. All who knew him were amazed. Lucy tells me that Charlie is fit and very well, and his eyes are getting stronger with the passing of each day. Then there is Peter, who was lame for 12 years, not anymore. Then there is Thomas, lame for 3 years, not anymore.
You're a lovely man.
Thomas was brought to
They're
us.
lovely people.
Thomas was brought to us by a nurse from Port Moresby Hospital. She has sent many to Nix and Mary while we are in Australia. The nurses know that the doctors and the nurses are helpless to help the AIDS victims, or anyone for that matter. Lou, cervical cancer until we treated her. Her cousin, who is the second secretary to the health minister, Mr. Graham, witnessed Lou's recovery the night before we came home on the 4th of February, so this was our second trip. He waited outside as we walked to our car. He shook our hands and thanked God for our work. He was an eyewitness to Lou's being restored to life.
Was his sister-in-law, was it? Or
His sister-in-law, yes.
4 children.
Yes, 5.
Wow.
5 children, yeah.
She never looked at. She looked young.
No,
didn't she?
oh, totally.
Beautiful
Yeah.
girl.
You may be sceptical, that is okay. However, the now hundreds of eyewitnesses to their loved ones having been restored are grateful that we had the guts to come against the system that propagates death. It is for them, the meek and the afflicted, that we will go to Papua New Guinea until the entire nation is restored to life. Tell little Angie, who just turned 7 and now has a mummy and daddy restored to her. Tell her that we are separating people from their wallets, and she would laugh at you for being so stupid. She is eating every night of the week now because I send them 250 kina every Tuesday out of my pay. She is going to school because we paid her school fees on our last trip. Tomorrow she is getting a sport uniform because I am sending extra kina to pay for those things. When I told Mary what Mr. Graham had said, she was outraged. She knows that we have spent all of Brian's inheritance from his father. That came through weeks before we left on our first trip. Tell Nix what Mr. Graham has said, and he, being a gentleman, would... anyway, that's it. That's where the end. There was more, obviously, but I only found this one page. It might be deeper in the... Anyway, so that was response to the skeptics after the airing of the 12 Minutes of Fame in March of 2009.
Well, I welcome the challenges of the skeptics because they're talking, right? That's the main thing.
Yes, yeah.
And usually a person who is a skeptic and a big mouth, it's like a union meeting. You always get the big mouth.
Oh, I get stuck into them. I remember, because I didn't know who the faggot was. I shouldn't call him a faggot. It's disrespect to a bunch of sticks.
Yeah.
But you know, the little winged, you know, pathetic homosexual piece of shit, would sit on Gabaka Road and crap on with his learning from textbooks and all the rest of it. I got stuck into him, calling him an armchair, blah, 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 and all the rest of it. You go and do what we do. And then, you know, anyway, that's all.
He's dying, didn't he?
Well, hopefully he's already dead.
Yeah, cancer.
He had liver cancer, wouldn't let us treat him. No way, I say. Idiot. Now, so that's that. But there was something what you wanted to talk about.
Yes. I'm just putting together a little bit of... You was talking to...
Trish.
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 Okay. So I just wrote something here. I'm going to condense it, but I'll read through it. All of our products work. What is a surprise is weight loss. We were aware there are 5 viruses, or I was. When I say I mean we.
Yes, yeah, I know. This is we're going back years now.
2000,
the knowledge from years ago.
I had sussed out that there was 5 different viruses that animals suffer from to make them heavy.
That's right.
Now it's good for beef manufacturers because they want the animal to get fatter, right?
Yes.
They get more dollars for it.
That's right.
So therefore the virus has been manufactured to make animals fat. But 2 of these viruses do pass through into a human being, especially if you eat raw or uncooked meat.
Right.
Right? So from the cattle. So I'll go on. These cause animals to gain weight. A beef gaining weight is added bonus for a cattle breeder. You eat the beef uncooked and you have the virus. The spin-off for weight gain sales are the variety of diet pills, exercises and blah blah. That's none work because of the virus.
Yes.
None of what you do, it won't work. Treating patients in Fiji, we found the immediate turnaround for diabetes 2, which is an overnight on a capsule. Recently, a lady with no cancers, which I thought she did have cancer, said she was led to purchase the black salve and some herbs in a powder form, which we use for treating cancers on the inside, very similar to the black salve. Included in the package, we supplied the same capsules we used in Fiji, which is calcium hypochlorite.
Yes.
Wondering how she was doing, we assumed she had cancer and hadn't heard. She replied she had started to lose weight, 5 kilos in less than a month, and the bloating is gone. We thought it out, and it had killed the weight gain virus, which is the AD.
Yeah, what she said was that 2 years ago she'd started to put on weight that wouldn't shift because she's normally a very slim person. And before she found our products, she said she'd always been led to the right thing. So it was intuitive to go with us, and we sent her more than she actually ordered because she had limited funds. But yeah, so and we just assumed that she was one who'd asked about cancer. So in getting her report, well, I'll read it. I'll read the report because Trish may end up listening to this. I asked her yesterday. What's that, babe?
I thought I was having a go.
Oh, well, you can have a go. You can.
Doctors and researchers are hard at work trying to identify biological reasons why some people gain weight more easily than others, even when they eat similar food. The answer may be in your gut. Well, like, this is what I was telling the world in 2000 or whatever it was.
Right.
Your gut is full of good bacteria, microflora, as well as bad bacteria and pathogens. Trillions of these organisms contribute to the proper functioning of your body, help you metabolize food and protect you against illness. In today's world, the bad bacteria often are out of control. Poor diet, stress, lack of sleep, all that bullshit things are going on because they don't know, they're just having a grasp at nothing here. Or even antibiotics and other drugs can create an environment that encourages the growth of bad bacteria, leaving you susceptible to disease, weight gain and obesity. Okay, so that's sort of loosely, they don't know what they're talking about, but it does have a little effect. Okay, we'll get down to a recent study showed that the normal weight people have more bacteria in their stomach and intestines, while obese people have more firmicutes bacteria. Now, bacteria is killed instantly by calcium hypochlorite, thanks to Jim Humboldt. He came up with that, and he called it MMS1 and MMS2, and it is basically now he uses what we talked to him about was calcium hypochlorite, and we use the industrial type, and he uses, very, very cautious man, right? But he uses calcium hypochlorite, but he refines it and buggerises around with it, and it costs money to do all that. We just get it straight out the pool chemical shop and say, here, take that, and you're cured.
As we do with the silver. Here, rip this, don't worry about
People say, oh, it's got to be this and the silver, it's got to be that stuff, Dad. Get it in here. As if your body is going to say, oh, it's not the right middle.
Shall I read?
Your gut is full of, good bacteria, I said that already, didn't I? Okay, I'll get down. Cough, sneezes and a runny nose are not the worst a bad cold can do to you. It might also make you fat. Well, this is what I've been saying for 20 odd years. Experts told the European Congress on Obesity in Sofia that eating and exercise habits haven't changed enough to explain why people worldwide started piling on weight at around the same time. In other words, when they invented the virus. And tests have shown that animals injected with the virus gained weight, even their food intake stayed the same. The virus worms its way into fat cells. This is interesting. This is what I've been saying all along.
Yes.
Where it instructs them to store more fat than usual. It also tells stem cells.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Master cells with chameleon-like properties to turn into fat cells.
Right.
Okay? It is entirely... this is what I'm saying. Okay, that's all on the internet. It is entirely a conspiracy to sell, reap, gouge, shorten life, cash in your straw man, as all our diseases, diabetes too, as said, was an overnight fix. See the straw man burneth, Google it, I wrote the book. Free download, or you can buy it. The most common way to catch a virus is in shopping trolleys. Many hands use a trolley at a supermarket and use it after being the next customer. Sooner or later your eye will itch as normal during the day. You rub your eye and you come down with the virus because the virus goes in through the eye, through the tear duct.
Yeah.
Name the virus, that is the way you can get it. Name the virus and that is the way you can get it. Anything.
Yeah. Anything in through the tear duct, yes.
Right. Public places, door handles and so on. How many women, when you go somewhere they've got to have a leak, straight into dunny. They've got to open the doors, they've got to close the doors.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Now, a woman inside a shitter, for example, doing all the things they do, which I don't want to know, they open the door after wiping their ass, go out, and they've got the handle on the inside of the door is covered with the viruses and everything else comes off them.
That's right.
Right? Mm. And then lifting the seat and putting it back down again, all these things, and they then get the handle turned on, wash their hands and turn the handle off, back on the hand again, they walk out, pull the handle, and the door handle now has the viruses over it, which was on the inside of the shitter in the first place.
Right.
Whereas 1,000 people used it. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Okay. So we are up to wear cheap latex plastic gloves or cotton gloves, and when you get home, this is when you go to wherever you go, wear gloves. And because this is an epidemic, it's a worldwide epidemic. When you go home, you can take your gloves and you boil them in the sink.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Personally, I'd suggest the white cotton gloves because latex causes sweaty hands, and if you get hot and sweaty, that'll cause it's called dyshidrosis, dermatitis. That can be very painful.
You are set upon by Big Pharma. These are the monsters that are demons in human clothing.
Yes.
Right? They want you dead. If they can kill everybody and make money while they're doing it, great. And those above them are rubbing their hands together because they are going to start World War III if they can, which they tried to do in 1950. The Jews tried to do that. Lovely people, aren't they, Jews? I like Jews. And failed. Yeah. This is why Kennedy was killed. He was trying to get the Israelis to show what they was doing in their nuclear facilities. And he was pushing to go in there. And he got pushed a little bit too hard with a slug. And the people that shot them were hired out of France, right? And they were not coming from this idiot that was up in the building, right? They were in a drain.
Yes.
When they come over the grassy knoll and the shots rang out from inside the drain. And the drains in that particular area, you can walk through them down into the sewers. So that's how Kennedy got shot.
Right.
So it's called, you can Google this. This is the one I revealed in 2000 and something like that, probably around 2000. It's adenovirus 36, or just type in AD-36.
Yep.
And that's it, which I mentioned to you many years ago.
Now, of course, too, when Robert Beck was doing his work on himself with the wrist pulsar, he was a very huge man, and he lost a heck of a lot of weight. He did nothing different. He did not change his diet. He did not. And
wrist pulse and colloidal silver he used.
Yes. Now, I was thinking about how they used to use copper in a lot of places because these things can't survive. Well, these things cannot survive. Bacteria and viruses can't survive on copper surfaces, nor brass. Brass is less because it's a mixture. Yeah. But the copper surfaces, and they've proven this in hospitals by surfacing a hospital room, the pathogens cannot live in these rooms. And I've come back over to see that that's exactly what Adam has said. We used to have copper touch plate doors on hospitals. That's right. And for the same reason, brass, etc. But now those things copper is so expensive and it's rare. But if our kitchens, all of these areas where there's water and we're touching things, and if it was copper, there would be no problem.
No.
Again, copper piping. Copper piping's being replaced by plastic. It's all to do with
plasticizers.
Yes.
Now, with copper piping, what they used to use to solder as they say in America, it's to solder the joints together, they used to use lead.
Oh, there's a very loud knock at the door. Yar's going to get it. So while he's gone, I'll read Trisha's report after taking what she says. Hi, Brian and Janelle. Okay, so before you sent me the internal black salve, I had an idea that I wasn't right. Generally okay, but was putting on weight quickly, no matter what I did, and not feeling my normal happy self. So for some reason I trusted you both and took the course of black salve and the calcium hypochlorite, which I believe is the best thing I have tried in my travels. Frank and I have in the past taken food grade hydrogen peroxide, so it wasn't a huge step to take, and she's got in quotation marks because it's not bleach, but well, she says pool bleach. Sounds scary. This is what people call it and all the rest of it. It becomes hypochlorous acid in your stomach. Anyway, the benefits are so far that so this is only a month ago that Trish started, so far that I dropped 5 kilograms, and even though I have gone back to red wine, a little meat in my diet, grains, etc., because I told her to stop meat and stop grains and get off sugar altogether, etc., the weight is staying off.
Well,
the second most effect, which was most astounding, was the limited diet you had me on helped me change some thought patterns. I was able to let go of a 2-year fallout with a person who was a friend and just generally felt back on track. I really can't thank you both enough for gifting me, and hope in the near future to pay it forward for someone else. Aside from the internal, I have applied the salve. So this is the salve as the black salve ointment. The capsules she's talking about are salve ingredients of the 4 herbs only. She says, I have applied the salve to a sore patch of skin, and as I expected, it bubbled up and is healing slowly now. I have also shared the info about salves and applied it to 2 spots on friends without reaction. So the salve really only goes after the funky part of the freckle. She says it has been...
Put that on your freckle.
It has been amazing and no doubt life-saving. My warmest regards, Trish. And then I thanked her for the report, and I told her I was going to use it, and I said, great to hear about the weight loss. And then I went back, I asked her this morning, I said, Trish, did you happen to get a flu shot before your weight gain? Or did you have a cold before your weight gain? Or did your husband have a cold? She says, no. She said, I got a cold last week. Weight gain was over the last 2 years, and I never get flu shots as a rule, and I avoid vaccines. I said, do you remember having a cold before the weight gain? And I said, we're putting 2 and 2 together. She said, no, I can't remember. I'm afraid what you were thinking. I said, no, it's okay. She says, I love any intuitive info. And I said to her, yeah, I just said the easiest way to catch a cold is hands on shopping trolleys and then touching our eyes. She said, yes, that feels spot on. Then I said the unnatural weight gains of people young and old is a virus from a cold. Skinny people are in particular carry the virus. They resist it, but they carry it. So she says, wow, okay, the calcium hypochlorite must have given it a good blast though. I said must have. Also the blood root, they support the immune system big time. She says, cool, I'm so lucky. I asked her, are you back to your normal weight now? She says, yes, 5 kilos staying off easy. And when I stop the birthday champagnes, today is Trish's birthday, I might drop another couple of kilograms, ha ha ha. She says, I say, great, I sent your report to a man, read the capsules. She said, fantastic, I should have added that clearing the body helped my mind clear, but that didn't quite right as much as I meant. And then I told about the adenovirus 36. So anyway, that's the yes, Adam, re sugar. Yes, sugar has been my I used to call it my soapbox from when I was 18, 19. That's when all my research started. Even as a young teenager, I instinctively stayed away from doctors and sought out alternatives. And then saying when the children had a sore throat, Ross, you mentioned tea tree oil. Yes, tea tree oil's been in my arsenal for 40 years now. Oh gosh, I'm going to 59. For 40 years, and I would tell everybody about it. Actually, tea tree oil was the arsenal in, I believe it was World War II.
You say arsenal?
No, arsenal. Oh. Arsenal. In World War II, because it kills just about everything, including staph and strep, which I proved. As soon as we arrived in Canada, I came down with a strep throat, couldn't speak, which was a relief for those around me. However, it was very painful. And not going to the doctor, travelling to Olympia in Washington, a health food store just happened to be open. I think it was Boxing Day. And I grabbed a bottle of tea tree oil, and within 20 minutes I'm back to talking again, much to everybody's horror. Yes. Adam is right about sugar. What's that? That's the
car ozone
generator. Yes, Adam, we tell everybody to avoid sugar. Should not be eating sugar. It creates an acid environment. It's known as white death.
Hold it up over there, Don. Just tell the folks what it is.
Okay.
It's $99 on eBay. I mean, it is a steal. Really is. It is a car air purifier. Now, as you go into town or whatever, you're going to be in contact with people, breathing in it. So if you have that in your car, it'll kill every germ, virus, pathogen in the car. And as you're breathing it, it'll make you healthier as you go along. So it's $99 on eBay. And comes a little remote control, so you plug it into your back seat. And my car, or our car, when I say I mean me and I.
Oh, it's all right.
It's your car, actually, isn't it?
It is my car, yes.
You paid for it and said I bought for it? Something like that.
No, it's my car. It was my birthday present from last year.
4990, which means?
Christ Redeemer, God, Saviour. Yeah. I'm just laughing at Andrew's comment. We're talking about sugar, white death, and Andrew says, I'm sorry, what did you say? I was busy drinking a soda. Yes, well, after your 15 teaspoons of sugar, Andrew, in that one small can of soda, plus the phosphorus that's in it to mask the sweet taste, because you'd throw up without the phosphorus, masking it, and that'll decay your bones, then very funny. I trust you are joking. If not, you better cut it out right now. Oh, the world would be a much healthier place when the demise of Coca-Cola, they're all off the planet. This is the amazing thing we found, speaking about PNG when we went there, with all of their diseases and the poverty. They always had enough to pay for a can of Fanta, Coca-Cola, a bottle of beer at their roadside little stores where everybody's trying to make some kind of
and living. Also beetle nut.
Beetle nut, that's right, a keener for
mixed with lime, wasn't it?
With lime, and causes this red mouth and cancers of the mouth because of the lime. Oh, man alive. Phosphoric acid comes from horse piss. I shit you not, says Adam. Good one.
Do you know how to spell it?
Which?
Auspices.
Oh, auspices. Oh, hey, listen, our hour is up. It's over. We're at the end of another church.
Another ripping yarn.
Another sermon service. What do they call these? A church service.
Okay, remember this. Download it. Free download. The Strawman Burneth. You can find it on internet. It'll come up with lulu.com, and it'll come up with all the books I've written there, because I've sold one and I bought it myself, but I had paid for those books to be in 900,000 bookstores throughout the world. I paid for that.
Yeah.
And I've sold one, and it wasn't sold through a bookstore because I bought it online myself.
You've sold more than one now, babe.
Two.
It's been what? 6 years, you've sold 3 or 4.
Well, it's just got not bad.
Oh dear, it's so funny.
The FBI agent bought one.
Yes,
he
he did.
It was a lure because, you know, you cash your straw man in, you get millions, right? Well, you'll never be able to do that while I am not in charge. When I'm in charge, you will be able to do it.
Yeah.
You won't get any cash sums, lump sums, you get dribbles and grabs.
Well, enough to
Enough
live
to
in
live
a
on.
paradise existence.
You're in paradise.
It's not about...
It'll be enough for a house, enough for a car, and enough to
live on well.
Live on and live well, and
Educate
buy all
your
the
children.
goodies and all that kind of stuff. That I'll get a 10% commission on all of it. And
The tithe. We'll call it the tooth. The tooth. All right, guys. Thank you for... Flip the tables. Yes, here, that's what
okay,
it's
so
all about. Overturn the tables.
just to roll it up, we have cured over 200,000 people or more.
Well,
Everybody in New Guinea has heard about us, right?
Well, I've heard
That's-
about the cure, yeah.
Yeah, but then they find out by word of mouth that it's Christ who's done it.
Yes, and
Right.
all of those labels, because I was going through the boxes up there with the labels that were printed out, which went on every bottle
Right,
as Nix and Mary continued to do what we showed them to do.
that's right.
Yeah. All right.
So we don't have to actually go to New Guinea, it's already a done deal. We do have the company up there, Golightly Gold, and what I'm going to do is hand it over to the people, and they can trade gold and get their own refinery and then make it a big deal. You can start selling it overseas. Gold is up to $1,180 an ounce.
1183 it was the other day.
So
US.
all I want back is the people that are doing this to spread the cures, because now they have the money.
Well, that was the purpose for establishing
That was the whole
company.
purpose in the first. Well, we got ripped off by nearly $80,000, right?
Yeah.
By one demon, but that's all right. I don't mind that.
All comes around. It's
It'll
all
come round.
reaping
Money to me is
what you have sown.
is nothing. I've been able to do what I've done so far with no money. Matter of fact, in poverty level. But I can still type, even though these hands do have big difficulty in hitting the right keys.
Sausage fingers.
Sausage fingers.
Or dinner
You're my
plates.
little sausage.
All right, guys.
And
We're
you look
going.
younger than when I met you.
Oh, you do too. We both do.
Matter of fact, I'm near going to give you a miss, but I thought, oh, well, I should probably smarten up and look better as age goes on. So I cured you of all your diseases.
And I cured you of all of yours.
Huh?
All right, later, Gators.
Yeah, say that.
I did have to say that.
Didn't you?
Bye.